What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing a quick book summary for the legendary Danish salesman Rolf Høegh. This guy is an absolute legendary salesman, and I'll be giving you every single piece of knowledge that I learned from reading the 270 pages of this utmost valuable book. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. Number 1, what is sales? Well, according to Rolf Høegh, sales is quite simply asking somebody for what it is that they want, and then a couple minutes later repeating exactly what they said. So to give you an example, right? Rolf Høegh was a real estate salesman, so he would sell houses, and people would say, hey, I want a house with a car garage and close to schools. Boom. Now you know exactly what they want. That's why it's so important to ask questions. And then you literally just show them a house which has the exact properties that you want. And then, of course, if it is that you only sell one product or you can't offer this, then you have two options. Number 1 is to simply just show them how not having this, it's not a big deal and it's actually still more worth it to take this house. Or you simply just don't sell them anything because you don't have what they're looking for. It's that simple. It's either one of those. Simple as that. Number 2 is to never ever make a statement. The way Rolf would change people's belief was simply by asking them questions instead of making these statements that most salespeople do. This is a big mistake, and you probably do it if you do sales. So what is it? Well, to give you an example, right? You could say you can save a lot of money. Or the other way is to say, think about all the money that you could save. The difference in those two examples is that in example number 1, you are making a statement. And if you are a salesman and they know you're a salesman, they are not going to believe, for the most part, a single word they say. They believe themselves way more. So if you can make them internalize what it is that they say, and when you ask somebody a question, they will always internalize it. This is just a rule of human nature, is that you ask somebody a question, they will answer it, if it's with their mouth or it's in their mind. But all you want is that you want them to internalize the question and to see the value in what you're offering. Point number 3 is to make sure that when you're asking a question, right? When you're asking the questions, getting this information, make sure to sound enthusiastic. You don't want this sounding like a hostage situation where she's you asking again and again and again and again. No, please, for the love of God, sound enthusiastic. Make it sound natural, so that they just don't feel like they're getting interrogated. You know, you're going full good cop, bad cop in the situation. And like, where's the money? Where's the hostage? Right? Just make it a cool, calm situation. Right? That's point number 3. Point number 4. This is a big one, guys. You need to hear this. Use the sentence other than. And what do I mean by this? Is that you need to ask people when they have an objection, for example, simply ask, other than needing to talk to your husband, is there anything else holding you back from buying my product? This allows you to do 2 things. Number 1, if there's actually a deeper reason, well, then you will get deeper to the true objection, which is what you actually want to handle. And if they say no, it's just, if I had talked to my husband, I would buy right now. Well, then once you handle the objection, guess what they're going to do? They said what they said. They need to talk to their husband. Now they've done it. They said nothing else. Boom. Simple as that. So it's a very important sentence. Other than needing to talk to your husband, it just allows you to control the situation in a very, very powerful way. I highly recommend you use it. Rolf uses it a lot, and I use it a lot on my day-to-day. Point number 5 is repeat their first name. This is utmost important. If you've ever read How to Win Friends and Influence People, you will know how important their first name is. It is their favorite word in all of the languages and alphabets in the world. This is their favorite word, okay? And so you need to be using their first name. Don't spam it, but definitely use it as often as you can where it still sounds natural. And you just know, right, in your mind, when somebody's using your first name, it just makes you feel more wanted, listened to. They're more interested in you. And like, how often does somebody actually say your first name? It just kind of, it separates you from everybody else. Because honestly, I don't hear my first name every day that often. So it just breaks some cycles and it's good for the mind. Point number 6. If you make a mistake, you want the customer to feel happy that you made the mistake. What do I mean by this? Quite simply, once you've made a mistake and you make it up to the customer, you need to make it up so well that they literally were happy that the mistake happened because the way you fixed it was just so over the expected. Simple as that, guys. Because this is how they need to feel. They need to really feel, wow, this guy really helped me and I got the better end of the deal. But in reality, you're just helping them to make sure you still get the good review, to make sure you get the money, and they're a future client. But feeling good is also nice, right? You feel good about yourself, you saved today, you helped this person, da da da. And now, guys, for the last and final, most important point is to admit that you're a show-off, okay? This is quite simply what Rolf Høegh says. And the reason why is because people don't like somebody who's too humble. If you buy a Lamborghini, all right, if you buy a nice sports car like Rolf does, then everybody knows you've bought it to show off. So just admit it. Just admit that you bought the car to show off and just go about your life. There's no reason to hide it. You just want to be honest about it. So that's it. That's everything. Quickly summarize the most important points I learned in this book so far. I hope you guys gained some valuable knowledge from this video and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Marcus out.